meth house. I am very disgusted that Alexandra is involved with these people and that she just doesn't seem to care about anything but her next high.
You know Gina?
No.
Do you know Shane?
No.
Why did you tweet? Please keep my friends Gina and Shane in your prayers.
That's not related to them.
You know another Shane and Gina?
Yes, I do.
Now, did you go 68 days without seeing your children?
I'm not going to answer that.
Well, it's a little hard to be self-righteous when you have 3 children, you have custody of none of them.
After 9 years,
I want you off the drugs.
it all comes down to this.
You need to understand, if you're not going to do this, I am done with you. Done. Today, more of what may be my final conversation with Alexandra of the Dr. Phil family. Our recent conversations have left me feeling frustrated. She's not seeing her kids, she's not in school, and I believe her taking prescription pain meds now for years is what's contributing mightily to all of this chaos in her life. Here's what you may have missed last time.
She's just making some really bad choices.
It's a drug called Oxycontin, which was prescribed to her by a doctor when she got in a wreck with her mother's car and totaled it.
You're going to lose your children.
No, I'm not.
Nathan's father is going to come after him. Layla's father is going to come after her. They're coming after you. They're coming after your kids.
Tony and I found out that we're having a baby.
You don't have enough money. You don't have enough stability to handle 2 children. You're going to now divide what little money there is by 3. Have you remained 100% drug-free during this pregnancy, or have you had a few slips along the way?
No, I've been drug-free.
Alexandra.
There he is! It's a boy! Are we going to test it for drugs? She really does have to. Do I need to call security?
The baby was moved to a level 1 pediatric care hospital because he was, sadly, born addicted to drugs.
Today is a shelter hearing. It is a judge confirming that the new baby will be staying here with Marty and I. It's a done deal. Alexandra tested positive for drugs.
I have pain every day,
And
which
there
you
are-
have no idea how to deal with.
You think you're addicted to oxycodone?
I'm not going to answer that.
This is what help me sleep, and this is for pain.
They gave you 2 bottles of that?
Yeah.
You have to get off of this medication. Why are you so resistant to that? If I set you up with one of the top specialists to evaluate your spine and figure out what's going on, will you embrace that? Will you do that?
Yes, I want to go.
We met with Alexandra, and she was on enough medications that would put both of us to sleep right now.
My gut feeling tells me that I think what we should do is have her go through inpatient detox.
I believe you are addicted. I believe you need to go into detox and rehab.
What Dr. Berkeley and I talked, the way that he describes it, I completely agree with. The way you describe it, I don't really.
We looked at the initial MRI scan. There's not something there that would cause an ongoing pain problem.
There should be really no reason for taking that high doses of pain medication. She needs detoxification.
I think that each doctor has their own opinion. I mean, that's the greatness of this whole medical world. Why you go to one doctor, you get a second opinion, you go get a third opinion.
And you know that's totally non-credible, right? I mean, it's really the only thing you can say right now. They have a treatment course for you. Do you want to do that?
No.
I am bringing you a way out of this. And if you say, not interested, then that speaks volumes to me.
Alexandra is allowing drug dealers to use her truck. I was shocked. I mean, I have a picture of her truck directly in front.
We are following my daughter's truck. Looked like some dirtbag was actually driving it. Everything just adds up to where, you know, she's really wrapped up in drugs, and we really need to get something done. Or, I hate to say this, you know, something awful could happen to her.
Aaron and Marty believe their daughter may have some connection to some people involved in a local drug bust. Now, they haven't seen her in like 68 days. And so Aaron finally decides to go in search of Alexandra. What she finds both surprises and scares her.
Alexandra's missing. I have no idea where she is. Haven't seen her for almost 2 months. I'm really worried. I'm taking pictures.
What I really want to do is be able to show DCF that Alexandra's truck is in front of this house that was just in the news 2 weeks ago.
The meth lab bust in St. Augustine ends with the arrest of 5 people after receiving multiple complaints of possible drug activity. Investigators say once they searched the house, they found marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a large amount of prescription pills. 7 people were inside at the time of the search. 5 of those were arrested.
What I find to be really horrible is that it was busted as a meth lab. Meth is so dangerous. I am very disgusted that Alexandra is involved with these people, that her car is here, and that she just doesn't seem to care about anything but her next high.
Aaron is obviously worried about Alexandra. You all know Brandon. He was addicted to drugs and is now clean and helping others do the same. So we sent him to Alexandra's hometown to see what he could find out.
With Alex, I've seen a few of her shows on TV, and immediately the way she comes off and avoids questions that Phil asks her concern me, because from what I've seen, she has a serious prescription drug problem. I can totally relate to what Alex is going through right now.
I'm not proud of that, Mom. I can't help it.
What really concerns me is the fact that she's got 3 kids now, and she just doesn't seem to care if they're in their life at all right now. And I can relate to that, to when I got real bad. I didn't care if my family was in my life at all. All I cared about was getting pills so I wasn't sick every day. To me, that's where Alex is at right now. She needs these medications just to function. Alexandra's truck's been spotted at this house, and we actually have a photo. So we don't know if Alexandra's actually buying drugs here, selling drugs here, or if she's letting somebody at the house use her truck. The first raid was a suspected meth cooking house where they cook methamphetamines, and we actually have, in the newspaper, one of the suspects picked up in the raid. His name is Gary, a.k.a. Shane. It says in the police report one of the defendants was found with Lexapro, 3 metal spoons containing suspected cocaine residue, 2 syringes, 1 Oxycontin, 30 milligram. From everything I've seen, her problem goes a lot deeper than just prescription pills that she's associating with these characters.
Now, earlier this year, Alex gave me her word that she would be open and honest with me. But before I could even ask her one question about the meth bust, Alexandra starts deflecting, laughing, and tries to deny knowing anything about the mugshots that I had right in front of her, right in my own hand. Watch her start spinning the situation and attempting damage control. Tell me why you're laughing.
Because, who's that?
Who's what?
Never mind.
No, what?
Never mind. Okay.
Ask me anything you want to ask me. I've got a whole notebook. I've got...
Yeah, who's that?
This guy?
Yeah, who's that?
He's a guy that... there's an article here that says, police shut down Davis Shores drug house, and these 5 people were arrested and charged with drug-related charges for what's referred to as a meth house here. Do you know her?
No.
You don't know her?
No.
Do you know him?
No.
You don't know him? You don't know Shane?
No.
Is that your truck?
Coming up.
Please keep my friends Gina and Shane in your prayers. They are facing trials and tribulations. That's your tweet?
Yeah, that's fine. But that's not related to them.
So that's not Shane and Gina?
No.
You know another Shane and Gina.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, a mom accused of extreme neglect.
Your daughter drank bleach from a sippy cup. She's had lice. She's had a book bag with maggots and mold.
I'm being the best mom that I can be.
Are her kids in danger?
Are you neglecting your children?
Purposely, no.
Is she a fit mother?
Do you have a prostitute babysitting your children?
No, I do not. Oh, really?
You're in over your head. You know that, right?
Then on Monday, she wants her daughter to be a top model.
I make her do all of her chores in her hip.
Pushy moms.
This is her dream, but I'm motivating her.
You can't be serious.
That's Monday. We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's cover-up.
Is that your truck?
No, it's not.
That's not your truck?
Nope.
Well, your mother says it's your truck.
I don't have this on my truck. That's not my truck.
You don't have what?
I don't have this thing, whatever This is on my truck, and my ball hitch is black, and I have a silver toolbox.
Yeah.
But that's nice of her to think that.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
This is a photo of Alexandra's truck parked in front of the meth house that was recently busted. This is her license plate number, which is clearly visible in the photograph. And here is Alexandra's registration, the tag number on the back of this truck, and the tag number for the registration match.
Please keep my friends Gina and Shane in your prayers. They are facing trials and tribulations. That's your tweet?
Yeah, that's fine. But that's not related to them.
So that's not Shane and Gina?
No.
You know another Shane and Gina?
Yes, I do.
So you don't know these two people?
No. Sorry.
So you're saying, and this was February 17th that you put this up. This was right after their first arrest. That's just a coincidence?
Obviously, because I don't know those people.
You don't know them?
Sorry.
We have people down there telling us you do know them.
Really?
Really.
Like who?
These are unsolicited letters, emails, and calls we're getting from people that know you.
Really? Like who? I want to know who.
That are concerned about you.
Let's see. I want to know who. Because if they're so concerned, then tell me to my face. Wow.
Take a look at this picture of someone driving Alexandra's truck. Now, the woman looks strikingly similar to the mugshot of this woman, Gina, who has been arrested twice in 2 months at the same meth house. Watch how Alexandra tries to deny even knowing this Gina. You told your mother that Gina was using your truck.
Not that Gina. I have no idea who that is.
Take a look at this tape and respond to this for me.
So where is your truck?
I'm letting somebody drive it that has a license.
Right.
They put gas in it.
Who's driving it?
My friend Gina.
Your friend Gina. You know if Gina has a wreck, you don't have a truck.
I already know, Mom. I know. Thank you for your concern, but I know.
Why are you letting your friend Gina drive it?
Because she has a license and she drives me around when I ask her to.
And if she has a wreck and hurts somebody, you know they're going to go after, right?
Was that your truck that was just pulling away?
No, it was not my truck that's just pulling away.
That wasn't your truck that was just driving
No,
off?
it was not my truck.
And that wasn't the Gina that you were talking about?
No, it's not the Gina that I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
And I really hope that you're going to get Anthony taken from my mom with that crap right there.
Well, you need to worry about you, not me.
Well, I don't want my son taken from my mom.
Who would care for him?
Well, Tony's mom would probably get him.
His mother?
Actually, I would love that. That would be great. Because then I could get to see him.
Well, you could see him.
No.
Well, take a look at this and tell me where it's wrong, because I want you to straighten me out here.
Okay, so right now I am standing in front of one of the hotel rooms that Alexandra stayed in for a couple of months. Now, please understand that Alexandra told me on many occasions during her stay here that she could not come see the children because she did not have the gas money to get where she needed to go to see her kids. And I can actually see the supervised visitation center where she is supposed to be having supervised visitations with her children. Literally 2 blocks in this direction. So when we talk about not enough gas money, how about you just get up off your butt and walk over? I had no idea that she was this close during that period of time. She missed countless visits with her kids. I'm really angry about it.
I would really like a copy of all this. Please. Please give me a copy of all this.
Why would you like a copy of it?
Because my mom's going to lose Anthony. Because the judge specifically told her to keep her mouth shut or he would take the baby from her. She's not allowed to discuss anything that has to do with Anthony, me, the case, anything.
The gag order is a very convenient way for Alexandra to wiggle her way out of a situation where she's being pinned down on something. The gag order is in place to protect the child. We don't want him on television. It's not that she can't talk about it. She can talk about it.
Well, comment about not walking.
I wasn't staying there when I told her that. Actually, I was staying on the one on 16, the one way far away.
Well, you haven't seen the babies for 68 days.
Actually, I saw my son recently.
I know. You went and saw him Friday.
So,
because you were coming here today and you've got a court hearing coming up, but you went 68
That doesn't
days
matter.
before that without seeing
I had
them.
transportation.
68 days, Alex?
Do you know how many times I called? Do you know how many times my mom canceled?
I never canceled on Alexandra or Tony. I just need 24 hours notice. I am caring for 3 small children. Alexandra's 3 small children. And Alexandra did stay in a hotel within walking distance of the kids' visitation center. And when she was staying at the hotel that she mentioned on State Road 16, well, that one is just 6 miles away from the kids' visitation center. And Tony does drive.
Okay. Never mind.
Well, it's a little hard to be self-righteous and sanctimonious when you have 3 children, you have custody of none of them.
Today we're having a child support hearing with Alexandra and Chris, and we are heading down to the courthouse very shortly. I really will be surprised if Alexandra shows up today. Chris is definitely going to be at the courthouse. He already told me.
It would be ideal if Chris and Alexandra were able to pay their child support. However, realistically, I just don't see that happening anytime soon. So, we just finished the hearing. Alexandra did not show up as expected. Chris was there. Chris was very nervous, but I think that he has good intentions, that he does want to pay child support. He just hasn't been able to. Marty and I really need to get our own attorney because the situation with especially Anthony is very precarious. We really want to ensure that that child has the best life possible. And at this point, I don't see any changes forthcoming with Alexandra or Tony. I really need a good voice in there because I am not allowed to speak in the courtroom without an attorney. I need to make sure that Marty and I get custody of these children because Alexandra is not in a position to be caring for these children right now. And as much as she wants to try and make me look like I'm the bad guy, I'm not the bad guy. And neither is her dad. We're the good guys. I have to be honest with you and tell you that I really struggled with why Alexandra wants her kids so bad. And Dr. Phil said the reason Alexandra wants these kids is because she wants to hurt me. I don't understand why she wants to do that, but it makes sense because she doesn't see her children, she doesn't visit them, she doesn't call them, and yet she wants to get custody of them. She doesn't pay any child support for them. She's barely hanging on to her life herself. I mean, she's living in a squalor living condition. She was homeless for a period of time. She's addicted to several substances. It's just not a good situation all around for those kids.
But up next, I confront Alexandra on why she would let 68 days go by. 68 days without seeing any of her 3 children.
Coming up.
I want you off of drugs. I have people in your world that I don't know telling us that you're fooling with crystal meth, that you're hanging with bad people, and you think I'm fixated on that.
We don't talk about anything else.
No, we don't. That's the elephant in the room right there.
All this May.
I am so angry I can't see straight. I told you I hated you, and I do hate you. Dr. Phil, I know I'm failing. It can't continue the way that it is.
I don't see that this baby gets any discipline. The baby is wild. The baby is 16 months.
Gina is so determined to make her 16-year-old daughter a model that she has her doing chores in high heels.
This is her dream, but I'm motivating her.
You can't be serious. You bullied your cousin with Down syndrome and kicked her in the back?
She is disgusting. Have you seen her?
And for the first time ever on Dr. Phil.
The triple intervention on 3 brothers.
I understand that all you want to do is get out of this situation, but we're here to help.
I accept it.
There's nothing left to hold on to. Stand strong.
I don't want you in my life anymore.
Doesn't the legacy of anger have to stop?
This world will let you down.
Now, in talking to you, I realize I need to be a hero for my daughter.
You will pull through. You will pull through.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
All this May on Dr. Phil. We now return to the Dr. Phil family, Alexandra's cover-up.
Alexandra does not see her life as a problem. She can do whatever she wants. She doesn't have any responsibilities whatsoever in her life right now. If she gets sober, she gets detoxed, Alexandra's going to have responsibilities.
A fact is a fact. For whatever reason or justification, did you go 68 days without seeing your children?
I'm not going to answer that because it's self-incriminating and I still have an open case. So.
Okay, well, that's the answer.
Okay.
This is an ugly truth, right? It doesn't seem to me that you're making an effort.
Okay.
At this point, you're not going to school. You're continuing to see your doctor down there. You're refusing the help that these guys are offering you. And you're not seeing your children on a regular basis. You're living in Tony's mother's rental property.
What's wrong with that?
So that's pretty much this. This is a synopsis.
I don't understand that, but what part of that, why is that bad? That's how. Tony living in Tony's mom's rental property.
I'm just summarizing what is. I'm not saying it's good or bad.
It's better than a hotel.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I don't understand, like, what...
Is it a place that you could have the children?
Yes, absolutely. It's already been approved.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. What would you like to talk about?
I told you I wanted help to go to school.
What does that mean? You said you were going to school before. You had to get out of here on time to get there. You didn't do it. Why aren't you in school?
Because I don't have transportation. Because I cannot drive my truck.
Alexandra, you can't drive the truck because you got tickets and you didn't
You're right.
pay them.
It's
you
my
don't
fault.
have insurance.
You're right.
Why is that my problem?
It's not your problem. You asked me what I wanted help with, and I told you.
Well, what kind of help? What are you saying?
Could you find me a job? Help me find a job?
How would you get to work?
I'd figure it out.
Alexandra, I have a significant amount of resources, help, and support that I can bring to bear with you. What are you going to do for me? I want you off the drugs. I have people in your world that I don't know telling us that you're fooling with crystal meth, that you're hanging with bad people, that you're not seeing your kids, that, I mean, all of these things are happening, and I will help you when you get yourself clean.
Okay.
You know, last time I interviewed you, I counted 30 times that you rolled your eyes like, oh, brother. I mean, come on. Yeah, at some point, you got to help yourself. And I say, you've got a doctor down there saying, yes, here, take these pills. You should have them. Say, well, have him consult with these doctors. No, don't want him talking to them. I'll bet you don't. Because if he knew legitimate doctors were asking questions, he would have to answer them, and he might change his mind. You're wanting to protect all of that, and that's not healthy, Alexandra. I've been doing this a long time.
Okay.
And you think I'm fixated on that, don't you?
We don't talk about anything else.
No, we don't. That's the elephant in the room right there.
Coming up.
You think I am some sort of drug addict?
What Erin finds when she goes to see where Alexandra is living.
Sitting across the street, watching my house for about an hour is pretty irritating.
We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's cover-up.
Alexandra does not see her life as a problem.
At this point, I'm kind of used to her just blowing me off and ignoring me. Obviously, that's her way of dealing. It's like I don't even want to call her mom anymore. I appreciate her taking care of my kids, but, you know, it's like, that's all. And I know that's a lot, and don't get me wrong, but it's like I still need her to be my mom, too. It would be nice to be welcomed in my mom and dad's home and be a part of their family. I mean, they've kind of just completely cut me out.
Am I not allowed to have any privacy? Really? Whew.
Alex, if you don't want it out, don't put it in the public domain.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what part of that do you not understand? What do you not get that?
No, I
Did somebody
get
not
that.
tell you how that works?
I understand that. Trust me, I do. But what does that have to do with anything?
Alexandra Twittered that her family cut her off because we're not giving her cash. Did Marty and I cut off Alexandra? No, we haven't cut her off. She's welcome to anything that we have. The one thing we're not going to do, we're not giving her cash.
Why did you tweet that?
Because that's how I felt.
Well, we're here talking about your feelings.
No, we're here talking about how you think I am some sort of drug addict. So we always talk about.
Because that's how I always feel.
Well,
I'm honest. You know that. That's what I always talk about. So you knew what we were going to talk about when you came here, didn't you? Because isn't that what we always talk about? You say every time, I'm obsessed with that. That's what I always talk about.
Yes.
So why would you be surprised that that's what we're talking about today?
because I thought maybe by some miracle we would talk about something else.
The miracle would be you getting off drugs.
Right, because that's what you think and that's what two doctors think. But if you knew, like if you really, like if I was able to share things openly without all this, never mind.
Is there something you want to tell me with the cameras off?
No.
Because I'll turn them off. You say if it wasn't for all this, I'll turn them off. We can send our mics out of the room. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me.
No, it's okay. Really.
Well, you said you did.
It's okay.
How old are you now?
23.
How was your birthday?
It's okay.
What did your mom give you for your birthday?
She couldn't even give it to me. She had to leave it in my yard.
We're getting ready to go by Alexandra's house now. And I made up a little gift bag for her. Her birthday's tomorrow. There she goes. My daughter is 100 feet in front of me, and I can't give her a hug. Alexandra is obviously watching a little boy at this house, babysitting, I guess, and it's heartbreaking. She's watching somebody else's child and doesn't even see her own. I really do need to not have contact with her
but I want to have contact with her. She'll think it's a stupid. I put in a book and some pictures and a really nice card. There we go. We can go now.
For my birthday, my mom brought me a bag, and inside of it was pictures of my kids and a letter that told me why she was angry at me.
My dearest Alexandra, I love you very, very much. I want to say that to you 100 times a day. But I don't, because I'm afraid that all you will hear is me criticizing you or accusing you or pushing you away. You are my very precious princess, my wonderful and magnificent gift from God. I wish I could do something to make your life perfect and right, but let there be no mistake. These babies, they need their mother. Right now, I think you are making some dangerous and terrible choices in your life. I do not think that you are able to make clear decisions because of your addiction, and the results are bordering on catastrophic. It seems like the whole world is against you. But know this, I am not. I will forever have hope for you, and I will always love you, Alexandra, my precious daughter. I am waiting for you to come out of the bushes, my angel. Just come home to us, and I will pick you up, and I will dry your tears and help you carry you to a place you can call home. I love you so much, Alexandra. Mom.
When I read the letter my mom wrote me, I just kind of felt aggravated and like, wow, that's the best you can do. I felt annoyed because I know they did like a whole bunch of stuff for my sister for her birthday, and my mom didn't even have my kids call me and wish me happy birthday, or my dad didn't even call me and tell me happy birthday, or, you know, send me a text message or anything. My dad didn't even sign the damn card himself. My mom did.
That offended you?
Yeah, sitting across the street watching my house for about an hour is... I'd have to talk to him.
What do you want for him?
I think we're doing really well, actually. We've been doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're getting together.
Is he treating you well?
Yes, he is. He was the only one to do anything for me for my birthday. Him and his mom, so.
Well, I'm glad they're treating you well. Did your kids call you?
Nope.
Alexandra is upset because her children didn't call her on her birthday. And that actually is not true. Nathan and Layla did call her and sing happy birthday to her voice message system. I just find it interesting that she doesn't remember.
So when you leave here and go home, what are you going to do? Are you applying for jobs or anything? Is there anything you're doing?
I told you I'm trying to figure out how to get my stuff together so I can get my kids back.
Well, I'm not going to bother you anymore, which is probably good news to you. I'll miss you. And you'll miss your life. I don't want to come to your funeral.
You won't.
I want to come to your kids' graduations. I want you to be happy and healthy and treated the way you deserve to be treated. If you get to the point that you're interested in the help that I'm offering you, for you or for Tony, either one, I'm here for you, and I'll make that available to you. That's no trivial offer. Those programs cost about $50,000 to do, and I'm offering to do it for you and for Tony, and to do it privately and away from here. So you think about it. You've made some bad choices, but choices have a beginning and an end. When you stop making the bad choice and you start making a different one, you get a different result in your life. But you need to understand, so we're very clear. I love you. I love your kids. But if you're not going to do this, I am done with you. Done. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
I hope my phone rings at some time and you say, I want to get my life together. Look, I've been very committed to this. I have worked very hard. I have been passionate. I have thrown myself into it, and I have bitten the end off of my tongue till I have almost nothing left. Because I had one goal in mind, and that is to get this young woman into rehab. Well, until she decides to accept that offer for rehab, we are done. Done. D-O-N-E, done. We'll be right back.
Coming up, what happened to Alex just days after her meeting with Dr. Phil?
It is completely amazing to me that my daughter doesn't care about the well-being of her child or her other two children. She's more concerned about a vendetta that she has with me.
We now return to the Dr. Phil family, Alexandra's cover-up.
Now that my work with Alexandra is on hold until she decides to go to rehab, my focus turns to Aaron and Marty's fight for custody. Our cameras followed as they attended their first meeting with their new attorney, the best of the best in family law, Jim Werder.
Marty and I are meeting with a lawyer today. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is having a voice in the courtroom.
Why don't you come on into the conference room and we'll sit down and talk for a while.
Thank you.
The hurdle is that a case like this, termination of parental rights, requires clear and convincing evidence. Okay? If someone's arrested for a felony, he's going to go to jail for 2 years. That's pretty good. If there's abuse or abandonment over a certain point of time, you got grounds there.
I mean, isn't my grandson born?
That in itself, no. Okay? I mean, it shows she has a problem at that time. But then as progress moves on, you have to have a continuing source of behavior. It sounds like you do, but I'm looking for a little bit more. Here's what I want to do at this point. Since Family Services does have an open case that's scheduled for hearing on April 5th, I'd just like to go into court and sit in on the case and see what the results are, see what the judge's feelings are on the case, and then we can go from there.
Okay. Jim, I really appreciate it. You were a big help. You really gave us some information that I didn't know.
It was good meeting you.
I really like Jim a lot. He's very straightforward. He doesn't try to make something out of nothing. He's like, here's what you have, here's what you can work with, and this is the way it's going to go, and if you don't do this, then it's going to go this way. So I thought that was really good. So we're about to go to the hearing with Alexandra, and I'm really excited because I actually have an attorney that will kind of have my back because he's going to represent my side of things. He's going to be my voice for my grandson and for me. I'm at the courthouse. We just finished the hearing with Alexandra. The state presented their case, letting the judge know that Alexandra has done nothing so far to comply with any of the case plan to reunify with her child. And Alexandra, of course, had excuses for why she has not. Alexandra was not able to disclose what her excuses were. She just said she wasn't able to make it. And the judge pretty much let her know. Well, he did let her know. You either get there and you do your work and you see your kids, or we're just going to end this. Alexandra would not talk to me. She wouldn't even make eye contact with me. I will say that once she saw I had an attorney, she rolled her eyes and just acted like, oh, whatever. It is completely amazing to me that my daughter doesn't care about the well-being of her child or her other two children. She's more concerned about a vendetta that she has with me. Now, that's really messed up thinking.
I think today's a good start. I think the other side was a little shocked that all of a sudden you have counsel, so that put them on guard. And hopefully, because the ultimate goal is the best interest in the minor child.
Absolutely.
And just about equally so, reclaiming your daughter, getting her to get on the right road and to grow up and get over her problems and have a successful adulthood.
It's frustrating because I want my daughter to be a parent. I know she can be, but at this point in her life, she is not sober and she cannot do that.
Erin just received some devastating news. Doctors believed her younger sister Erica only had days to live. Erin rushed to Los Angeles to be by her sister's side.
I am here in LA to see my sister Erica. Alcoholism is killing her. She is in hospice care in her apartment. Her liver has completely stopped functioning, and she is literally on her deathbed. I really wanted Alexandra to come with me to see Erica. I wanted her to see pretty much what she's going to look like in 15 years if she does not get help with her addiction. And I said, I want you to come to LA with me. And she said, no, I'm not. And she pretty much slammed the door in my face. Been here about 24 hours, and Erica has, quietly slipped into a coma. Every day she fades a little bit more.
7 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Erica when she appeared on the show to work on her relationship with Erin. What is it you want her to know?
That I'm really proud of you, Erica. You're beautiful, and you're smart, and you're successful, and I love you very much. I really do.
Is it nice to hear that from your big sister?
It's probably one of the best things I've ever heard in my life.
Erica died from complications of alcoholism, and it was horrible. It was a very horrible, tragic death. She's just 39 years old. She'll never see her 40th birthday. My sister Erica, she was funny, she was caring, she was loving, she was so pretty and intelligent. Oh my gosh. My little sister, I love you, baby. I miss you so much.
Alexandra, if you're listening, the ball's in your court. I hope to hear from you soon, but I only want to hear one thing. Dr. Phil, I'm ready. Go to drphil.com. If you'd like to comment on the Dr. Phil Family Series, you can send me an email or you can go to my Facebook page. I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your questions. We'll see you next time.
There was a drug bust, I guess, in your town?
I don't want to talk about that. I really don't.
Okay.
So.
Do you want to talk? Can I ask you about why you're so uncomfortable about the tweet that had Sheena and Shane mentioned?
I don't.